Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. We are back for some more hackmud, of course. One of these days I'll probably take a break and stream something different, but not yet. So, trying to remember where we left off. Yesterday, we were kind of in a pinch because we had gotten some information about the tier 3 encrypted strings by doing a little bit of our own analysis, but not really a whole lot of progress, of any real progress. We did see some patterns, but they weren't common enough patterns or strong enough patterns to really catch my attention, I guess. So I think what we'll do, we'll just, like we've done the last few times, we'll start off by scraping something. We'll see what we've got, if there anything jumps out at us. Otherwise, someone did DM me a couple hints, and they're not really spoilerish, so we may go and pursue those as well if we don't see anything. So let's see. Matrix didn't get back to me about show.npcs, so it's still broken. So I'm gonna have to go and do this myself. So we'll switch over to Zyger here. Man, my automation is currently built around show.npcs, so that's kind of sucks. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put it on the official Discord. Boop, and we'll just let whoever's gonna go and look at that, we'll let them deal with that. Okay, so we'll have to do scripts dot low sec sector. Oh, sectors are probably different now, right? Because those shift to, I think. I actually don't really know a lot about scripts.lowsec. Oh, it appears to be the same. Okay. Sector kin lambda 6. Alright, we're good. My ATM scripts are still there too. So we've got core.internal. We don't know how often these rotate. Maybe every 3 or 4 hours, but I don't know. Alright, so we will do Zyger.t3 scrape. We will set our target to be this. We're going to set no continuation token to true because not sure if we used one yet. Okay, found a user, McFly. Alright, so we'll auto that till we get our calendar strings. So, we did alpha num characters, right? All alpha num characters, /, equals, and plus symbols, equal symbol. There's 65 total characters that are possible there, which is interesting because the locations themselves will only have lowercase numbers, underscores, and periods. So actually, maybe we should figure that out while we're doing this. So lokes only have lower alpha and numerics, underscores, and dots. This is so 26 plus 10 is 36, 37, 38. This is only 38 characters. So there are 27 27 additional characters that are used to encrypt. It's possible though here that the decrypted result could be upper. Oops, so something broke here. Limited decrypt broke. Interesting. So this is possibly another format that we weren't expecting here. So we're gonna have to copy this and look manually, unfortunately. Growing pains. Oh yeah, wait, I don't want all of G. I just want that. Oh, the script doesn't exist anymore. Fuck's sakes. Of course it doesn't. God damn. Alright. Light.employee login. That sucks, man. The script shifted right out from underneath our scraping. God damn. Alright. Start over with this. That's the thing that sucks about, first of all, NPCs being down. Short on NPCs being down because we can't see how old a corp is, because that helps in determining whether or not it's probably going to shift soon. And second of all, it's a downside for the breaching the pin taking so damn long. It takes so long. Alright, so decrypted result could be upper and lower, but just needs to be too lower cased to get the actual result. Actual loc, I guess. All the links were divisible by 4. We didn't really see any good hits on frequency, though it's possible that we could maybe look a little bit more for like we could look at how many underscores are typically in an NPC user location and look for anything that matches that number. Then go hunting to see if we get a good number of them to represent, but those would only be NPCs, and again, if user locations are combined in there anywhere, that whole thing goes right out the window. So we'll just look and see if any more patterns jump out at us. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go and reach into my DMs here and check one of the hints that I was given, because I feel bad. I feel bad at encryption. It's more the decryption that I'm bad at. I'm good at both, I guess. It would probably also help if I did some encryption. Like if I made my own encryption algorithm. Would that teach me a little bit about the kinds of things that could be done? The thing is, you can do anything, right? Like it could be man, it could be anything. It could literally be anything. That's the thing about encryption keys. The encryption algorithm could be just something made up. That's 52. That is very short. 48. That is very short. I don't think we saw anything that short previously. That's a little surprising. So, still a multiple of 8. Still a multiple of 8, or 4. They're all still multiples of 4, these small ones, but 48 is exceptionally small. This could be like a user location like ABC dot, P info underscore whatever, right? It could be a really, really small location, because if it was a user one, it could also be a null, right? At a glance here, I don't see any pattern in here whatsoever. Like a user location that's small enough. Like if it were user dot, or just usr dot p info, or extern or something, ABC123, right? There would only be one underscore, and there would only be one period, and it would be impossible to tell. Like, this only has an E repeating one time. So it would be a whole length of characters that are all unique. Hey Smork, how's it going? Null? Yeah, it could be null, but I would expect, you know, I would expect the beginning and ending character to be the same, and then I would expect to see a double L in here, right? So it's some rotating cipher, which would mean like the L and the L would end up resolving to something else, right? So it could be like a Vignere that uses this, but I don't know where the numbers would go. I don't see any other patterns that are jumping out at me here. And the last pattern, we saw one pattern that was 5 characters long, and we saw another pattern that was 10 characters long. And the 10 character long pattern, I don't know how you would get a 10 character long pattern with a 6 character Vignere key. So all right, so there's one other thing I need to dump out here. So I should be logging crypt vals here instead, because I need some of the other data that comes out of this. Oh, I need to do pnp mdev here. Save that, do that again. Hey Flux, how's it going? Welcome in, nice to see you. Why am I not logging G? I'm supposed to be logging G in here too. Or I was at some point. So once I have the user and the pin, I want to log G. JSON dot stringify G. Hey Murloc, also lurking, Murlocking. Nice to see you too, Murloc. Thanks for coming by. Okay. That should give me what I actually want to see here. Actually, hold on. This has to be JSON stringify as well. Okay. So with this, one of the hints that I was given was that some of these things can be, what was the actual hint? Verbatim. So this hint came from Triliter. So one of the hints from Triliter was some of the commands you can call are multi-page. So I'm wondering if the calendar is multi-page. So I have page 1. Can I do page 2? That seemed to have no effect. PG2? No. page because this is a light one, so maybe it's not going to work like that. Or page. P-A-G-E. So that doesn't seem to be it. I mean, we don't really have a whole lot of options here, right? If we do ACT or whatever, BO_S. We have a bunch of employees there. Is there a page 2 here? Doesn't appear to be. Again, could be PG2, perhaps? No. I don't know if that's a good enough hint on its own. Whoops. Because I don't see any evidence of a second page here. So I'm not sure. So TriLetter said they had a look, and there is a few things I'm currently not looking at when scraping the corp. They said this is a meta spoiler that doesn't really give away what exactly. And said some of the commands you can call are multi-page. Some of the commands. So there's username and PIN. There's these 3 menu options. This 4th one that is... Why do they all have a 4th option? And what could it be? I have no idea. So I think all of these are employees that will have entries in this, right? So T'Challa, that's funny. Daria. Is that Francisco? It's weird. I don't see anything that has to do with pages here, unfortunately. A_T W_EK. Like, I suppose it could be like month 2 or something. Like, it could be anything, unfortunately. Hey, Raven, how's it going? Yeah, that... Unfortunately, I don't know what to do with that hint, really. So, Flux, you were the one that said it would help if I automated the scraping of these. So, I did the... this is just too much up here. I did the scraping of, right, all of the calendar entries for a given user. Is that what you meant, or should I have taken it further than that? Because I only did one user, and I'm not sure if TriLetter's hint here about there being multiple pages applies to the calendar. Like if I did start and did, you know, D105, do I get a different calendar page here? Doesn't look like it. Date. You would take it a step further. Okay. Okay. Well, let's try using some of the usernames that are in here. Right? Is this an employee tree, perhaps? that the person at the top of this tree, Du Bois, reports to Mulder, and Mulder reports to Hermione. So Hermione is at the top of the employee hierarchy, maybe? So that could be possible. So let's seed a G in here. First, let's do... Oh, hold on. Go back to my... I had a way of doing this. This, no continuation token, true. We're going to seed a G value of username, and we're going to use Hermione. I think that should work. I have too many closing brackets. Okay, that did appear to work, so I should be able to let this run and get Hermione's pin and see if perhaps I get anything different out of this. I just kind of noticed, I'm assuming that that's why the employee names are staggered the way that they are, because it's actually supposed to be like a reporting tree. So let's see. Okay. So, I mean, not much is different here. So let's go take a look manually. That's still boss, I think, right? We don't see the other menu. BO_S. The tree doesn't seem to have changed at all. Does this let me in now? Nope, unsurprisingly. WEK. So it's really just the same thing, kind of. I suppose that there's no point in editing my scraper to give us some of this stuff. We should just take a look here at what some of these look like. Just looks like one of the other regular ones. None of those usernames are actually on this list. Young Les Paul, Running Man, Third Eye Grill. Like, should I be scraping all of those too? This could take like a very, very long time to get the pins for all of these users. So it's possible that I will have to figure out how to... I'd have to modify my scraping script pretty significantly if I wanted to automate this. Going through all of the users in that list and scraping all of theirs as well. So far, I do not see anything that's jumping out at me. Analytics session. I don't know why some of these people have like some corruption in brackets next to them. That looks like a very short one also. It was G4U, so there's a few left here. Lots of pluses in that one. Flux, it is a slow process. Your pin brooder doesn't even stop when it breaks the user. It saves all the info and then selects a new user to brute. Yeah, like I'd have to make that modification as well. Do you just save all of the data like in your database? And then you just have like a pile of like 400 pins or 400 of these things, encrypted strings? So you save it all to the database and then make it display whatever it's found so far. Has that helped you get closer to breaking the encryption though? Because like if I had like, I've already looked at like a couple dozen of these and I see really nothing in common between all of them, except that the lengths are all multiples of 4. Yes, it has helped you. Fuck. Well, I was hoping you would say no. I was hoping you would say no. Ah. Alright. I guess we gotta do that. So, the one thing we'll have to do from here, it might take a large number of users to get the info I need. So, Flux, would you suggest that I go through and find these users then? Or that I just do all the users I find? Like, every user. Is it relevant? Like, are the only users, like, even the users in the calendar entries, should I do them too? Because that, man, is a lot. Just keep going until something jumps out at me. Okay. So right now I am not, saving these entries. Wait, what the fuck is this? Yo, wait. What is that? What is that? Backup private storage. What the fuck is that? What is this? Yo. I almost missed that. Holy shit. Okay. Password hint fk.f. I don't know what that means. Is this a file on its own? No. So, listing contents. File 00. No. List 00. List 02. Read. Open. Shit. File and then the file name that I want? Ah, damn. R? Is that an R? Like R with this? R00 or 02? Maybe use I again? Do I at 2? Aha! It's I again. That fucking I. That fucking I. Okay. Ugh. That's a password hint? That's some fucking hint, man. Oh, shit. decrypt and base 64 it? Yes, possibly. I see an encryption key here. Hey, do you see that? You asshole! Hermione? You son of a bitch. Fuck. That's fucking rude. That's fucking rude. Ah. Seg fault detected. And it destroyed one of my char counts. Not that any of these can't be replaced, but that sucked. That was mean. Okay, so we have an encryption key. My encryption key is this. Ugh. So, all right, let's delete all that. Was that one file? Like, was it 3 that does that, or is there a random chance every time I load one of these that it destroys one of my friggin' upgrades? Because that would be extra mean. Imagine if you called that with your decorruptor. Buy upgrades. Yeah, right? Because I had hit it like 4 times. Burp, all my upgrades gone. Ideally, I would have the scraping script, though. Normally, I would have it on my library user, right? So I would call it, it would go to delete my upgrades, and I wouldn't have any right now to be deleted. Okay. So this needs to be decorrupted. Did it delete? I don't know which one it deleted. I think it deleted the one in slot 0. Does it always do that? I don't know. Sysloke called. Hey, that's not good either. So it just took my location as well. It's not always 0. Oh man, that's rough. Okay. So there's a password hint foreign key. Potentially. So I have to decorrupt this. Do I have a way of... I don't have a way right now of decorrupting on demand. I would have to copy... Yeah, I don't have a way to decrypt on command. So, perhaps I should. Perhaps I should make one. Flux.capacitor. So what does flux.capacitor do? Your file. Bring your lost files back to the future with flux capacitor. I like that. I like that. Okay, so I could do... which one was the... That was the password hint. So if I do doc is this, and then dir it's not totally clear to me. Dir is just G. Is that what you're calling it? So I would do that, and then I would do dir that. Yeah. Oh, not check, just run it. Path doc. Between doc and dir. Oh, comma. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Script produced too much output. Shit. Okay, so I could call this from my script. You think you changed your decorruptor? I mean, you would have had to, because the raw corrupted version of this definitely is not 1,000 lines, so the decorrupted version, yeah, should still work. So, okay. So we have a key. So what I can do here for now, let me flush that and open it. So I have it 3 times in here. That should be enough to decorrupt it. I would have to run this through my C# decryptor, I think. It does want it 4 times, but I could just modify that. So if I take this file, oh, it's got the fucking color codes in it too. So I would have to remove as a regex this color equals pound and then A to F 0 to 9 and 8 of those, followed by this, then some number of dots, and then color closing tag. Some number of dots. No, what I want is not an angle bracket. Replace all of those with $1. Okay, so all the color codes are gone. Try your capacitor one more time? Yeah, sure. Alright, there we go. Okay, thanks, Flux. Alright, so actually, let me clear this. We'll do this. Then we will, we'll flush this out. Though that does remind me, so actually I'm going to put this on my plan. just in general, I need to improve my decorruption and make it accessible, more accessible from utils. Alright, so I flushed that. This should have... Is this all on one line now? Wait, something's confusing here. Clear. Flux capacitor. This. Flush. Go back to here. Why did this not, no, don't save my changes there. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna reopen the file. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I just have a big string. Is it byte 64? We could check, right? Can I have word wrap on, please? Somehow that feels worse. So, never mind. Don't save that. Close my plan for now. Alright. So we have a big string here. Might as well go see if any kind of magic shows up in CyberChef. I'm assuming not. But it doesn't hurt to check. From base 64. No. Right, this most certainly does not work. They have a bunch of different types here. A to Z, 0 to 9, plus slash equals. Oh, those are the allowed characters for base 64 encoding, though. That has to be relevant, right? That it looks like base 64. It's using the same character set as base 64 encoding does. It definitely looks like it, but it's not. Definitely looks like it, but it's not. Perhaps it is base 64. We know there's a key, so it's possible that it's rotated first. Yeah, exactly, Smark. Vignere it and then base 64 it, maybe. So we do have a key now, so we could try just vignering this. We have to include plus, equals, and slashes, though. You can cook with multiple things. So there would be a Vignere decode in here as well. The key would be this. I don't know, will this take a non... Yeah, see, key must consist only of letters. So it would have to be some kind of custom Vignere-like decryption. Vignere also can't shift a non-alpha character, right? So we would have to, like, what would a plus be, right? So a plus has to shift to something also. So if we assume that it's upper, lower, numbers, see, like, what order are they in? Which way do you shift? If you shift from 9 and you shift it 1, does it become plus? Does it become 0? Right? Does it become A? We don't know the order. I suppose that we could try all orders and just see if any of them result in a decrypted string. Might as well, I guess. What else are we going to do, right? It's something. which is more than we had before. So we are going to... So right now we just want to see if we can figure out the decryption part of this. So the rest of this tier 3 scrape, I'm just going to start a new script, honestly. And this is going to be decrypt deshawn.js. Deshawn. Extern, what is it? Extern export default function, context and args. Okay, I'm going to take these two strings right out of here. We're going to do let key equal that. And we're going to do let data equal that. It's got a problem with this. Oh, tokenization is too long. That's fine. So we're going to have, I guess, like a chars, right? We're going to do let chars because this is going to be our Vignere-like char array. And this is going to be, so we've got a couple options. We can do ASCII order, which is what we had in here, right? So this is in ascending ASCII order. Then we can use the order as defined in the RFC, which is RFC 4648. So the base 64 alphabet goes uppers, lowers, numbers from 0 through to 9, then plus / equals. So we do uppers, lowers, numbers, whoops, I took a quotation mark here, numbers 0 through to 9 plus / equals. So this would be RFC order. Important to note, a proper B64 only has equals at the end. So that might be a hint after we do the Vignere shifting that we actually have a valid B64 because it'll end in equals. All right. So what do? We do let d of data. So this will loop through each character in our data. The end can either be with nothing, a single equal sign, or a double equals. Equals cannot appear in the main body at all. Okay. Well, then that'll be a dead giveaway, right? If we have any equals remaining after this shifting, that is not base 64. So we have to write that shifting though. So we have let d of data. This will go through the data string. We're going to have a decrypt string that we will append to as we rotate. I suppose we should, it's not decrypted. We should say rotated, I guess. So How did the Vignere work again? You shift it by its position. Hold on. I actually don't remember that now. Vignere. You have a table. You take V. The shift key is C. So it shifts by 1, 2. Because C is 1, 2. It might be something else other than Vignere. Yeah, it might, but that could then literally be anything, and we're kind of back at the original problem, which is we have no idea what to do. So I think we need to I think we just need to start there. Where else can we start, right? Gotta do something. So we will do I mean, we should probably start with the RFC order, honestly. That's probably the best bet. Okay. Flux, you think we have the same info now. You haven't gotten past this point. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's good. Like, that's definitely something. At least I have a key. So I don't think I ever would have done that. I think it would have given up on one user, so I appreciate that hint as well, Flux. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. But how? So you shift it by the position of that letter. Do I have to make the table? I don't think so. What does this look like mathematically? Let's open that tab back up. Stop asking for money, please. Stop asking me to sign in. So if you have the letter C, the shift key is C. That means you push it 1, 2. Right? 1, 2. Because that's its position in the key array. 1, 2. You just push it 2 further down. So D will equal char's index of D plus, so let new I equal char's index of D in here, which will be E, and we shift it by wherever H is. So we shift it by this many, and we shift it through this as well. The key can appear repeatedly inside of the encrypted body, but with 1 or 2 characters missing. Could be some kind of padding, like H8L. I don't see that anywhere else. 8LX. I don't see that anywhere else. LXC. No, I don't think so. 3JC97. Part of the encrypted message is just that key over and over and over again. 3IJWC97. 3IJWC97, but it's never the whole key. This could be oh, see, it's like I don't know what to do with that, man. I don't know what to do with that information at all. The problem with that is like, yeah, like I have no idea. Because yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. That's terrible. I don't see that in here anywhere. H8. I suppose I could break this up. Just to get a better look at it. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot of text. How many times do I have to do this, man? The string is so big. Oh my god. This is a password hint? The fuck? Was it a novel? Base 64 is the only thing that can make something this fucking big, seriously. I mean, this could be an RSA key or a PGP key, perhaps. It looks like the right, maybe the right length. This is really long. Oh my god, I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life. Why is it still going? Oh my god, there's still so much left to do. You suspect there's multiple levels of encryption. There's a specific message we need to decrypt to get another key. In the case you mentioned above, that only that one message had the key repeating inside of it. The rest were different. That could just be part of the game, right? That's just like the key over and over and over again. Because like, what would that decrypt to if it were the actual? So what you're saying, Flux, is I didn't need to do all of this because it was just that one document. Ah, forget it. Forget this. Okay. You have no idea. I'm just gonna stay on target. I stay on target with what I'm trying to do here. So char's index of D plus char's dot index of, it'll be key at 0. That's the new I. And then D so that's the new I. And if new I is greater than char's dot length, then new I minus equal char's dot length. Rotated plus equals char's at new I. Rotated. Now, the key though has to rotate through here as well. So for all of this, we will have rotated equals this, and key I will equal 0. And we will do key I plus plus. And then afterwards we'll do if key I is greater than key dot length, then key I equals 0. That should keep the key rotating. -1, -1, -1. So we should see E shift by H times. I have no idea what that's actually going to be. Did I check all of the entries in the personal market script? Personal market. There was a personal market script. I don't think I even saw that one. Are one of these a personal market script? 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's an I1 that I didn't see. What's that? You just mean the one I'm on. On. What do you mean by on? You mean like whatever the hell I was scraping on? Light.employee login, is that what you're talking about? There's a personal market in here? Yeah, light.hermione, this. And it wants the pin, right? I'm not following you, Flux. Like, I don't know, I have no idea what you're talking about with personal market. I know that file 3 is cursed. Possibly some other ones, I guess, as well. How do I get to the personal market from here? It's interesting though that there was a file number 1 that's hidden. When you find that script, it's listed as personal market or personal store. I don't see anything here with either of those names. So, I don't know what to tell you, Flex. You were just trying to refer to the script you typed above. I don't know why you don't know why I'm confused? So you said, did I check all of the entries in the personal market script? And I have no idea what personal market means. Is this the personal market script? Just forget those words. Done. So did I check all of the other entries listed here on the screen? Is that what you're asking? You don't know why you're confused about Xylox being confused. Smorg is also confused. Did I check all of these? No, I did not. So 3 was bad. That's interesting looking. I suppose I should take this too. I suppose I should take all of these, I guess. I don't know. Like, some of these are just more encrypted things, which is not going to help. Right? Like, that's just more encryption. That's just more encryption. Oh, God damn it! Fox, why did you want me to check? Why did you want me to check? Did you do that? Did you do that on purpose? You didn't know there could be 2 traps? Well, we've both learned something important. So, they're all just encrypted. One of them has a key, right? This one has a key. There's a missing index in here that's also just encrypted. I don't know if I looked at I0. That one also just looks encrypted. And that's it. And then there was the one that was all the plain text. I have to go replace that character count. I don't think I can survive without those character counts now. God damn it. One of them is a poem. Yeah, I just got that one. It was the white rabbit trotting slowly back again and looking anxiously as it went, as if it had lost something, and she heard it muttering to itself, the Duchess, oh my dear paws, oh my fur and whiskers, she'll get me executed, as sure as ferrets are ferrets. Where can I have dropped them, I wonder? Alice guessed. So this is a quote from Alice in Wonderland. Not sure if that's a hint or not. Are they always a quote from... Are they always a section from Alice in Wonderland? Not always Alice. What other ones have you seen, Flux? Do you know what they're from? I want to just see if this works to de-rotate this. So up, T3 scrape, delete, and up, Deshawn, and then just run Deshawn. So I don't think that worked because that for sure... What's with all the repeating characters? That can't be a coincidence, right? What's with all the B B B B B? B B B B B B B. B B B B B B B. That's really odd looking. Why are there a bunch of consecutive B's? The length of the key. There's one from Dracula. What do Dracula and Alice in Wonderland have in common? Dracula and Alice in Wonderland. So E became slash. I suppose what I need to do here is actually like output some of this stuff. That might help a bit. So we can log D. We can log chars.index of D. We can log chars index of key at key at key I. We can log new I. And then we can log new I again here. And then log chars at new I. And then break, just to see what the first one looks like. And then we can return logs instead of rotated. Some from Sherlock Holmes, one from Frankenstein. Nah, they're all public domain books. Maybe that's just the only thing they have in common. Because you couldn't put a clip from a copyrighted novel into this video game without having the rights to publicize. So that might be why. It had a problem with L. Log D, log chars index of D, chars index of key at I, new I again, chars at new I. E. So we have E, which is 30, and then we have H, which is 33, 30, 31, 32, 33. That makes sense. So we shift 30 by 33 and we get 63, which also makes sense, and that appears to be slash. So it does appear to have shifted correctly. However, why? B, 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 B. That's the length of the key, and it keeps showing up over and over and over again, which is really weird. That can't be a coincidence. It does still have equals in the body, yeah. But the fact that we're seeing B, 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 B over and over and over again makes me think that the key is showing up in here in a different way. That's really weird. Like, why is it showing up B, 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 B? So B, 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 B. So this means that it almost looks like that is like a marker of some kind. Okay, so let's try shifting with a different alphabet, right? Let's try using the ASCII ordered alphabet instead. E will shift to an upper M, because it'll shift off the end. It's 43, it'll shift by 46. It'll end up all the way looped around to an upper M. 89 becomes 25. If new I was length minus 1, and we minus equaled length minus 1, we would get 0. So that is the correct calculation. Okay, so let's see what this whole thing looks like. Well, we can log everything, that's fine. We can return rotated here and see what that looks like. Still has equals. Poopty. The word poop shows up a lot. Poop. Poop. I am super mature. Poop, poop, poop. This thing's full of poop. What are the chances of accidentally seeing that show up over and over and over again? Poop, poop, poop. 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 So this has the same thing. There seems to be a repeating pattern in the original text that we didn't see previously. Let me return the data here. Was there some kind of weird repeating pattern in here that we didn't see before? Where was the first poop showing up? On the second line. Right about here on the second line. This? 196Q7G? 19, I'm seeing 192G F, 192G F, 192G, 192G, 192F. Look, you can see a diagonal pattern right through here, eh? That's weird. 192G, 192F, 19GF. Is this like kind of like the patterns, the almost patterns that you were seeing before Flux? This is what you noticed? So this isn't the key though that we were given, right? So maybe the only reason that the other pattern jumped out at you is because it matched your key, but there's clearly like something with 192 in here. 192, 192. 92G, 192GF, 92GF. Why? 92GF. What is with 192GF? Wow, it's everywhere. It's everywhere in here. Oh, it's gone down here on the bottom. Now it's gone. I don't see it at all down here. Maybe it's another key you would get from decrypting a message with the first key. So with decrypting it with the first key, we either get poop over and over again, or we get just B's. B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B. But you notice like the repeated B's, B B B B B B B B B. Then we don't see any more. About maybe a third or just under halfway down, we don't see it anymore. That's really weird. It's a single character. Yes, because we're shifting. So that means all of these shifted to be the same letter, which makes me think that's not a coincidence that the Vignere shifting with the extended RFC like alphabet that we have resulted in 7 consecutive identical numbers repeatedly showing up throughout. The B's are all the same length. They're always 7. It's always 7 B's no matter what, which makes this look like artificially placed pattern. Some are BBB, you only see 4 of them. Oh yeah, there's one at the end, right? B and then BBB. Yeah, there's 4 B's. So between 4 or 7 B's. What does it mean? Is that a code? Should I count every time I run into a string of B's? Should I count how many B's I get in a row? Do you think uppercase B is special? Do we see an uppercase B anywhere down here? There's one. There's one. So it's possible that it's only when you see 2 or more in a row. Like there's a normal, what looks like a normal B. That looks like a normal B. Right there. But BBB. This one clearly looks artificial. The numbers, what do they mean? It does look like we found something though. And the Vignere shift is what led to this. Now down here, right, we shifted with a different alphabet and we get poop. Poopty. OPP. OPP. So I'm thinking the B's is probably the better one. So this, like this looks better than the other one because it's only one character repeating. So that would make it the RFC one, which makes more sense, right? Because, but this RFC is for base 64 encoding, right? So there has to be some relationship with base 64 encoding as well, because that's how we got this ordering. This is base 64 character ordering. That's right in the RFC. What about the ones that's all slashes, Murloc? Yeah. I'm not sure, right? Because you see some more B's down here as well with the slashes. That could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then B, 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 B. B, 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 B. Done. Then it's done. With slashes and B's. So that could be some kind of termination code. The B's like B8, B8R. Man, I'm gonna be seeing this shit in my sleep. This is crazy. There's something... Yeah, there's definitely something going on with these B's. Okay. We're gonna take a quick ad break here. But I do feel like might have made a little bit of progress, though I'm not sure where to go from here. I think maybe we'll count them. The numbers or something. Anyway, I will be back shortly. Alright, I am back. Thank you for waiting. Okay, so there's like a few things I can think of that might be significant with these bees. Maybe we should write them down. So there's something going. What's with the bees? What's with the bees? So their frequency could be important. Their positions could be important. It could be like a mask. So you find the indexes where there's strings of bees, and you take just those characters out of the original and then form them up into their own little block. So maybe all of this text is just noise, right? Maybe. B could be a mask of some kind. The distance between them. What else? They could be... They could be separators. Yeah, separators. They could be separators. Ultimately, this is supposed to be helping us solve the other calendar entries, right? Hermione's key. Is that for all of the calendar entries? Or is this a hint for how to decrypt right? There's got to be some relationship between this it's like this one's smaller, so how about we do this one, right? Flux capacitor. Let's take this one. Let's try the same thing. Do we get the same thing here? There's no bees. Oh, hold on. I'm not outputting the rotated data. But there's no bees. Let's just try a bunch of these and see if we notice anything. Whoops. I only see one equals in, oh no, I see 2, 3, never mind. Don't use 3. Is 2 the one that EBY0? Yeah, okay. So what about 4? That's that. 5 is a big one. So we have to go over to shell. Go back and open up shell text. And take this one out. And try it. Fuck, I'm starting to think that we are... Why is that one full of bees? I thought that was a sign that we were on to something. WSYP, 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 WSYP. WSYP, WSYP, PWSY. Fuck. These repeating patterns. I don't know what to do with them, especially when they're only partials. I was really hoping that these would be, I would see any character over and over again and not some partially repeating pattern, because the partially repeating pattern's garbage. That doesn't help us. WSYP, WSYP, that's 8 as well, which is larger than any of the ones we saw in the B. SYP, WSYP, that's 7. They're not even in the same location either, because the first one was around here somewhere. The B's. Look at this. Do you see this? That looks like a pattern right there. LBXC ELLH8L XXC ELHH8L. Like, we don't know if this is like anything meaningful though. Man, I'm just like, this is all just like bleeding, like this one. There's a repeating pattern in here. Wait, that's the key. This is the key. This is the key. So this must be the one flux that you were talking about. H8L XCEL. H8L L XCEL L H8L X XCEL H8L XCCEL. Yeah, it's just like repeating over and over again. But this is after we applied the key to rotate them. Flux, were you doing this rotating also then with the Vignere stuff? That cannot be a coincidence. Unless there's something, some other type of Vignere pattern has been used here that will result in this. You only did what you could with CyberChef. So you didn't do any Vignere stuff like we're doing right now with the rotating, because you didn't get to making custom stuff. So this is interesting because I'm seeing what you described with the repeating key in the text, but this is after using the key to rotate it. I'm seeing the key itself show up in here over and over again. What do I do? What do I do with this information? Like, this just looks like part of, like, the key is all mangled. And it's just repeating in this big, huge string. It repeats, goes on to the next line, and then stops here. Is there something between these two? Maybe there's another encryption method at play. So you encrypt it, so you decrypt it like this first. And if you see the key everywhere, that means that you've done it, and then use another key on it. But like, where's the other key? Okay. Let's try. No, it's not just going to be Vignere though, right? Is it? It can't be. So let me just try. Did I keep any of the other... Is this still up? I hope so. Yeah, okay. So if I do... Let's just try doing the same logic and applying it to this, right? Using the calendar entry as the key, now that we have the code set up to do it. Just for laughs, right? And let's make the key equal this. Let's see what happens. I do notice there's no equals in here though. So maybe this will be 64 decode. We can try, right? The problem, you think, Flux, is the key is never actually the exact key. It's always going to be 1 or 2 characters off. Yeah, but if it's at random, I guess you could like brute the key by trying to remove some of the characters over and over again and see if any of them work. But that seems a little rough. Let's just go and see if... No, still garbage. Still garbage. So it's not that. Could try with ASCII order, but I don't think that's going to do it either. Whoops. No, and there's an equals in the middle of it too. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. So it's possible we could try repeating this in a loop, dropping one character out of the key every time. Right? Because right now it just kind of spits out all this crap at us. What happened here? I thought, oh right, this is not the one that had the key repeated over and over inside of it. That was this one, I think. No, that one's too short. What happened? Where'd the other one go? That's this one, right? Oh, never mind. I did not actually use the F4U. Yeah, this one has the partial key in it all over the place, but when I rotate it, the key vanishes out of it. So, man. I don't know what to do with this. So this is what it looks like before being rotated, and we see the key kind of scrambled up in here. So we could try I mean, we could try rotating through the key and doing an attempt by doing the key missing one letter. But if they're going to be scrambled, that's essentially a Magnara, right? Like that's a Magnara type problem, and we would have to burn a whole bunch of cycles on coming up with a 7-character scrambler, and then attempting to decode every single combination of this key against this until we get something decrypted. That's way too much. Oh my god. There's no way. I don't even know how many runs that would take. That would take minutes. Minutes and minutes and minutes. Potentially like 10 minutes. Just to get a user loc. There's no way. The other way would be shorter though. So let's try that. So we will do for I equals 0. I is less than key.length, I guess. I plus plus. We will take the key. And we will slice we will splice, return the elements that were deleted. I want to just delete them. How do you remove an element? I'm just gonna look this up. There's a way to do, like, you splice it and then you... Oh, no, because pop always is just going to take the first one out. I want to, like, remove, like, the third one only. Shift will remove the first element. Pop takes the last one off. I want to splice, but what you do with splice is you actually send it. You splice index. Index of 2. And you splice that index and 1. The variable value is 2. My array. Oh no, my array does get changed. Never mind. So you simply just splice it. Oh, I will do mod key equals key, and then I'll do mod key dot. Is that gonna do? Is this gonna do a? Is this a reference? Is this a reference to key? Is this gonna modify key, or is this doing a copy? I think I can do. Can I do this? No, I don't think that works, right? This is a JavaScript question. I guess we'll find out. Because this will give us a big problem. Okay, so this will go through the array and it'll do one attempt at decoding it with the key missing a particular character out of it one at a time. So it will always be one shorter. So we can see if that does anything to help. So in this case, this is going to produce a lot of data, unfortunately. I think I should just do this manually, not with a loop. I'm just going to supply the I that I want to remove myself. And then I can just permanently alter it, doesn't matter. Okay. I set these back to key. Okay. So let's see if this gives us anything different. Yeah, it gave us something different. I don't know what went wrong though. CL is not a function. Oh, because this isn't an array. Because this isn't an array. I mean, I could convert this to an array though. Key equals key dot split nothing dot splice. WSYP, WSYP. I'm not sure if this is doing what I wanted it to do. So let's log the key to make sure that it actually did that. Oh, and then I'll have to log rotated and then return logs. Fuck. Forget. Fuck. H8. H8LXCEL. So that didn't work. I tried to splice. Key equals key dot split this spliced. That didn't work. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. What if I just make this an array? Now it doesn't. Now it just says undefined. I didn't log anything now. What the hell? Splicing 0 doesn't work for some reason? Oh, is it because I'm supposed to do just one? Fuck. No! That counts. That counts as something stupid. Wasted my time on that. Okay. Does this look any differently as 8LXCEL? 8LXCEL. So this is with H missing. I mean, nothing's really jumping out at me here. And I see too many equals spread throughout, so this is going to be causing failures if we try to base 64 decrypt it, like there's one right at the start. Okay, so let's try with 1. Do we see anything different here? Sorry. I did with a 1, and it still gave me 8L. Son of a bitch. No! Oh my god. Okay. I had to focus. I had to focus. That's fair, Smork. That is fair. Thank you. Alright. So again, I don't really see any major difference here. I still see part of that repeating pattern, W, S, Y. I don't really see anything explicit here though. So let's try with 2. I see WSY showing up still. But I don't, again, I don't see anything obvious. WSYP. Let's try removing 4. WSYP. Man, WSYP. Why WSYP? WSYP, WSYP. It's everywhere. Is that the hint? Is that like revealing a second key, that the second key is WSYP? Is that what it's trying to tell me? Because it's like everywhere that every attempt that I make here, WSYP shows up. Like, it doesn't seem to matter how many letters are missing out of this. Or maybe simply removing one letter is not enough from the key. It's just simply not enough to make enough of a difference here. So WSYP. So we could try... WSYP, WSYP. We could try doing another shift with WSYP. Like do another loop of this, but with WSYP as the key. Afterward or before? What happens if we just make the key equal WSYP? I see no difference. If anything, it just looks worse. So perhaps apply the WSYP key after this against the rotated response. So we could do this again, maybe? Do rotated 2 and key I2. Actually, we can just let key I equal 0 again. And instead of D of data, we'll do D of response. And then we will set our key equal to WSYP. And we'll do rotated 2. And then we'll return rotated 2. Response is not defined. Oh, it's supposed to be rotated, not response. Now we have a showing up over and over again. I don't know enough because encryption is about mathematics, right? And so you will see lots of patterns because math is just patterns. Math is all about patterns. So sometimes you'll see patterns just showing up because you're doing math, right? So there could be a relationship between the letters at this section of the data that is just allowing it to continuously result in a repeating pattern. Like UH, what should I do? Take UH? Like IU, IU, XU, HX. I have no idea if we're moving toward a solution here. HUH. UH. There's something here. You're completely stumped. Like UH. There's clearly something repeating in here. Right? Because we see it after we apply any shifting. We see UH here. We see a UH there. We see UH there. There's another, that's the beginning of it, so there's 3 of them. There's just those 3. Oh no, there's another one. UH. Do it again. Do it again. But the key this time will be UH. I don't know. What the hell? Why not, right? C. C. Now it's just C's, upper and lower C's. So our key could be CC. Like, try it again. I don't know. CC and just see if I get anything different. I don't know how long I should be expected to do this before giving up, because I am just seeing something different happen to it, but it's not resulting in anything readable. 4E. I think it's just going to do this forever because of whatever happens to be there is just some kind of pattern. There's a key for each user and a key for the whole core. So you have to apply both keys. You have to apply the user key and the corporation key together, or you add the keys together and use them as the whole key, like you think there's 2 parts to it. And like, certainly I could go into every single user in the corp and look at every single calendar entry until I get a script, and then look at every single user's hidden scripts, documents. Like, my God. Somebody told me, Matrix I think, that this should be easier than my QR code reader. This, the direction that I'm heading in, doing all that stuff I just said, is not easier. So for that reason, I think that that's not correct. Oh, I just leaked my public I just leaked my loc into the sector chat. That's what happened. When it said sysloc has been accessed, it leaked it into the sector channel. I didn't even realize that. It made me leak it. It's funny. Doesn't matter, because this user's basically throwaway anyway. We had to brute a lot of users to even find this script, right? I mean, really, it was just 2, right? I brooted the I brooded the first one that I found randomly that worked, and then I went to the organization table and I got the person at the top, and then I did their calendar entries, and this script was in there. So it's possible I have to look at all of them. It just seems like you brooded 10 users in a row without finding the secret script. Did you get the user the way that I did though, Flux, where I went to the employees page and I took the one at the top of the reporting tree for the employees? Or did you just hit like 10 random users? Because I'm inclined to believe that it has something to do with the fact that, like, Hermione, for example, was the, like, at the top of the employee reporting tree. You weren't picking any particular order. We can test that now, right? Because we can just go use a different core. So if we do, let's go somewhere else. Oh, right. Sector kin lambda 6. Oh, unfortunately, my T3 scrape is probably too large now after losing those 2 upgrades. Up, Deshawn, delete. Up, T3 scrape. Oh, nope, still fits. Okay. So we can do... we can do core.private. T3 scrape. Target is core.private, no continuation token. And we'll let this one go till we get through. And then we can go look at the head honcho or whatever. Because that might be the shortcut to the secret script. So that would be good if at least we would have something that's predictable. Because so far nothing here is predictable. Right? Pins aren't predictable. I mean, I guess the usernames are somewhat known, but like the pin is not predictable. The menu entries, at least to our knowledge yet, aren't predictable because I haven't been farming them. The menu entries, that might be worth it, but decorrupting them is like 2 or 3 more calls, so it's not really relevant. It's not really worth the time to do that. And yeah, the only other thing is that all the calendar strings, all the encrypted locations, I'm assuming they're encrypted locations, are all lengths that are multiples of 4. Whatever that has. Whatever relevance that has. I mean, the pins are 4 digits. I don't know if those are related. That the user's pin for the... Do you think that could be the other part of the key? That the key is... The key has to do with the user's pin as well? I don't know how though. Suppose you could just like put it right on the end. Your gut says no? Yeah. Seems a little too random. Damn. I thought we were really close with that B thing. It does make me think like maybe this like altered Vignere cipher is perhaps involved in the stages. I'm gonna get rid of all these duplicate rotateds because those didn't seem to do anything at all. Okay, so now we'll go and we'll take this username. We'll get rid of that. And we'll do work org chart. Okay, then we'll have King Luther. Oh, see, this is interesting. So there's actually 3 that are at the root now. So where's McFly in all of this? McFly's not even on this list. I guess it could be corrupted. Benjamin Sisko. I mean, it could be Doc. There's Doc Brown is in here too. Well, whatever. Let's grab King Luther. So we'll do no continuation token true, and we'll supply a username seed here of King Luther. Okay. Oh, there's one thing I want to do here. Right now, I actually want to spit out everything and not just the encrypted strings. So I just want this to be true. This isn't quite shit. Okay, hold on. Comment out this frequency code. Copy this and make it just if true. That should go back to giving us everything. We'll see when we get there, I guess. While it's running this, I think I'm gonna run a quick, like, 1-minute ad because we're about to hit an ad timer anyway. So while this is running, we don't get interrupted by a larger break. So give me 1 second here. I'm gonna run that now. I'll just let this keep going. Okay, that did not buy us much time, unfortunately. I don't know why. I don't understand Twitch ad system. I'm just gonna say it. I don't understand how it works. I thought running an ad ahead of schedule would delay the timer by more than like 5 minutes. Ugh. Like, why would I just intentionally run an ad for no reason? I wanted to do that so I didn't get interrupted. It's also not clear to me even how to disable pre-rolls, because like it says you don't get pre-rolls at 2 minutes. But I know that I get pre-rolls because I still have people join the channel and get hit with a pre-roll. Even though I'm set on 2 minutes per hour. And it's like if you set it to 3 minutes per hour, you get a larger ad revenue share, but I don't care about that. I want the smallest amount of ads that's as least disruptive as possible, because it's not really an income stream for me. I just want to hang out with people on stream. I don't need to make money off of you. I don't understand how to set all this stuff up properly. It's driving me nuts. It's just stupid because this is taking long enough that if I had just left out whatever, fucking whatever, man. I'll tell you a story instead about the new green screen that I bought while we're waiting. So I bought a new green screen. The one I have right now just kind of like clips basically on the back of my chair, so it like moves. It moves around. You can see it there, moving around when I move my chair around. So I bought one that just like is a little bit bigger and square, and it like sits on a stand behind the chair so that I can move the chair around and not have to worry about that. It'll be more consistent. So I bought it from like a local computer store, but they didn't have it at my location. So I had to have it shipped. To get it shipped to me would have cost me $30. To get it shipped to the store nearest to me was free. So I was like, okay, we'll do that, and then they'll call me when they got it in. So I bought a new one from the other store. They send it there. I go there to get it, and it's opened. Like, really opened. Like, the box has been, like, ripped and, like, taped back together, and the plastic wrap on the inside that was around the green screen is, like, torn to shreds, too. And I'm like, hey, this is clearly an open box, and I paid new. So like, can I see it first and set it up and make sure that it looks good? And then, you know, you're going to give me a discount, obviously, because this is an open box. And they're like, well, it's not open box because the other store didn't say it was open box when they sent it to us. I'm like, what? It's open. And so what they end up saying is, well, because they sent it to us and it was open box, but we didn't know it was open box, we have to wait 24 hours before we can mark it as open box in our system. And I'm like, so if I come back in 24 hours to pick it up, then I'll get my discount? And they're like, yes. Okay. So it looks like you need 1 minute and 30 seconds of ads to disable pre-rolls for 30 minutes, and 3 minutes to disable them for an hour. So I have 2 minutes, so that must disable them for 40 minutes or something. So the thing that I was mad about, Flux, is like I had like 5 minutes countdown to the next ad, and I was like, well, this is going to take a few minutes. I'm not ready to end the stream yet. So I ran a 1 minute ad hoping it would bump that timer, and it didn't. So it just ran a 1 minute ad, and then it's like, okay, your normal ad time is still going to hit at the normal time. So I just gave everybody an extra 1 minute ad for no reason. And I don't understand how that works. Like, why would I ever intentionally run a 1 minute ad then? Other than to just, like, try to cash out, get 50 cents or whatever. 50 cents, squeeze 50 cents more out of ad revenue for this stream. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, so King Luther has a bunch of entries here. and none of them appear to be that script. So I don't think it says figure out what is wrong with sys. That's interesting. These don't have new lines. It's actually possible. It's actually possible that my scraping is no longer set up correctly to get these values. So I think maybe I just have to go back to doing them manually. So let's do these. Okay, so that's a key or whatever, that's an encrypted value. That is just a normal entry. This is a fully numeric key. Does that look weird to you? I've never seen a fully numeric key in the calendar before. 296160. Oh, you think that's an L? Oh yeah, you're right. It's an L. I was close though. Almost, yeah. I'm just so desperate to find anything at this point that I'm just like, my brain's like, oh, is that it? That's it, that's gotta be it, right? No, that's not it. Did I did the TNS? Yeah, I just did TNS one. So it doesn't look. Now this was one where there was no root employee. There were several root employees. Right? There's I am the Eggman and there's Crichton as well. So it could be one of those two. So I don't know, let's try them. And there's an ad coming up. So I can't do anything about this one. So I apologize in advance for the extra ad you are about to receive. Man, it's late. It's late. I have to figure this out. I have to figure this out. I want to know if one of these three top ones is guaranteed to have that secret script. I have to know it'll, but I won't be able to fall asleep if I don't figure this out. Just start the ad already, man. Friggin' growl. Various growling noises. Alright, let's go to man. And I don't know if so Trilater's hint earlier was that some of the commands I can call are multi-page, and I still haven't quite figured that out. I haven't quite figured out what Trilater meant by that. So Trilater, if you're watching this video later, maybe you could expunge. Well, I suppose I could just send you a DM and ask, but I'm not sure if that meant the secret script or not. Something you haven't found either, Flux? Yeah, I tried like various ways of typing page to try to get different page results on those menus, and I didn't find anything, so I'm not sure if it's that. Maybe Trilater was talking about the secret script that I just found that you were already aware of, Flux. So I'm not sure. I just want to find out if there's a predictable way of finding that secret script at least, because if it is just a random username and I just got super lucky on that one shot, That also sucks, because that means that I'll have to scrape all of the users. Stop running. Why won't you stop running? Okay, we got an ad, but I'm gonna just keep working on this. All hands. I don't think it's in here either. This is only returning the first line. Value is RR at 1. That's why. So I actually don't want that either. What I want is just that. Shit. It's a bit better. I don't see anything in here about secret scripts. What was the org chart? Creighton_J. I think we're back from the ad. Not sure. Speaker bot doesn't seem to think so. Lay it on the line. There's like a lot of sci-fi, like Creighton J is from that's John Crichton, who's like the protagonist from Farscape, which is like a sci-fi, an Australian sci-fi show from like the late 90s, I think. It's good. It's a good show. It's got Jim Henson puppets in it for a lot of the aliens too. So it's a lot of practical effects, like no like CGI or anything. Well, there's some CGI, but a lot of the aliens are just like puppets. They're pretty cool. They got some pretty gnarly looking aliens on that show. John Crichton, there was B. Oh, that was fast. That was a low pin. Okay, so are any of these, do I see a secret script in any of these either? I don't think that I do. That really sucks. That really sucks. So you just have to repeat. I need it back for my tuition. So that means that it's not predictable. It's just gonna be some random fucking user is gonna have the secret script. Jesus. Jesus. It's not too bad once I have a script that can auto until it finds the secret script. Yeah, like I guess that's what I'll have to do, right? Is I'll have to refactor this to, so all of these, I don't need any of these anymore, those notes. So I am going to, so I have support to C to G. Oh, man, to do. Hit the org chart entry and get all of the usernames. Then rotate through all of those users, getting their pins, getting their calendar entries, including non-encrypted entries, save everything to the database. Oh my god, this is such a huge amount of work. Then when finished, display, I don't know, look for the entry that has the secret script in it. Fuck. That's a lot of work. So I'll have to start persisting everything to the database. I'll have to have this thing, once it gets all the way through to the end, it'll have to reset its own username on the next run in the continuation token. It'll advance the username in the continuation token so that it feeds itself back into its next run. And then I just let it run on auto for like 30 minutes. I guess. Like, oh man. Note, there is a secret script for one of the users in the corp that shows up in one of the non-encrypted calendar entries. The secret script has some files in it. One of them has a key of some kind. One or more of the files will be corrupted and will destroy an upgrade at random when hit. Oh, hey Jorstar, how's it going? I mean, we made some progress. But no huge breakthroughs. You can now officially say that you use Arch, by the way. Congratulations. You are now using Arch. I don't know enough about Unix or Linux distros to know why that's any better than any of the other distros. But congratulations. It's a meme. Okay. You did it for the memes. Hey, that's as good a reason to do anything. So what we did find was that one of the users in the tier 3 corp actually has like a hidden subscript that will leak in one of their calendar entries. And then they have a bunch of additional quite large encrypted strings, like these ones. They're quite large. And one of their entries has a key. And if we take the alphabet order from, this is the B64 encryption RFC order for these characters that show up. If we do an altered Vignere rotation using this modified alphabet, we do start to see some patterns inside the encrypted data. So it seems to maybe be in the right direction, but only one step of a multi-step decryption process. And at that point, we're like, no idea now. No idea where to go from there. So something I have to do is I have to modify. Unfortunately, I thought I got lucky on my first attempt. I thought that it was very predictable which user had the secret script, and it turns out that I'm not correct. So you have to do all of them. So I'll have to change my scraping script so that it doesn't just use one user and then stop, that it does all of the users until it's done, and then dumps everything out. So it's not a huge amount of work that I have to do, but it is more work. And still though, that's just like, there are so many users. So I'm thinking it's probably just these users that are listed in the org chart that I have to do, and not like every user. But yeah, there's still a lot of users there. So essentially you just set it on auto, and then you walk away from the computer for like 20 minutes. And you come back to it hopefully saying done, and then you can dump everything out of your database onto the screen and look for the secret script. Like, the secret script may only be helpful. The secret script may only be helpful for figuring out the decryption, and then once you do that, you might not need that part anymore. You might be able to just decrypt straight from the calendar. So that part might not have to live permanently in the scraping script, fingers crossed. But right now I have no idea. And I think Flux was saying this is basically as far as they got as well. I think I did one step further than Flux by doing that modified Vignere decryption. But again, that didn't really do anything for us. It didn't give us anything. It didn't turn it into a proper base 64 string or anything like that. But it did reveal some repeating patterns. That could be a red herring too, though. It could just be because encryption has to do with math, and math is patterns, that we could have just done something funny, but that's kind of where we're at. So, like, I have some additional work that I can do here because I have to update my scraping script to just loop through all the users and then terminate and write everything to the database. But not really much further toward solving it. Triliter sent me a link to a GitHub repo that has the solve in it, and I'm not going to look at. If someone else wants to look at it and tell me if there's a hint in there, they are free to do so, but I'm not going to go look at someone else's solution. I'm open to receiving more hints. So Smork Triliter said, so it's Notaricon's GitHub. So it's like Notaricon-NZ for New Zealand, I guess. If there were, if I, like, I'm open to receiving more hints, but um, I just want to know if like the Vignere, if the modified Vignere thing that we did is the right track or not, or if I'm like kind of wasting my time by tricking myself into seeing patterns being revealed by it. Hmm. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are. Not totally stuck, but definitely seeing a lot of, uh, definitely making myself feel a little crazy. I'm just gonna hit a couple more of these users to see if we can find that secret script. So we tried all the top level users here. King Luther, I Am the Eggman, and Crichton, and none of them seem to work, so can I send you the link? I think this is it. Copy. So this is, I'm just gonna put here, spoilers. Okay, so don't open that if you don't want spoiler for tier 3 cracking. Alright, let's auto this. Like, how many users? There's usually about like a dozen users in here, it looks like. So it's not too bad, but it's just like, it's so slow. Like, the one pin was like 500 or something, so it popped like almost right away. But one of the other ones was like 6,000, which I should probably time this. But these take like, I give it like it's 2 or 3 seconds per. Like, it's got to be a few minutes, like 2 minutes on average, maybe 2.5 minutes on average per user. Like, that's pretty long. There were 12 users at 3 minutes per user, right? Like, that's half an hour. Half an hour. Half an hour to scrape a corp. That's insane, man. There has to be a better way of doing this. I wonder if there's a way, once you have the users, of deriving the other users' pins somehow? Like, once you have one user in? I guess the idea is that once you don't have to scrape all of them once you have, if my previous theory is correct, and the secret script is only useful for hints in solving the decryption, then I guess it's not that bad, because scraping one user would give you a bunch of locations. You wouldn't have to scrape the whole corp. But it just seems nuts to me that it's like, if you want to scrape the whole corp in tier 2, it takes like 20 seconds. If you want to scrape the whole corp in tier 3, it takes like 30 minutes. 30 minutes? That's nuts. Perhaps worthy of note, you've seen keys with equals and slashes in them as well. So the key could also be... I don't think... I don't think that's true. I think all that means, flux... In fact, that makes me feel a little bit better hearing that, because that means that I think that this is correct, and that we want to use the B64 encryption alphabet. Because that means the key could also contain a plus, a slash, or an equals, because those are in the alphabet. So this order is the one that's specified in the RFC for B64 encryption. It's possible that these sections could, like, Sean could have mashed them? it could have moved them around. Smork, the README does not show how to break the encryption. You're going to dig into the code. You think you need to use the key to manipulate the string before we byte 64 it? Yeah. So like that's why I was doing the Vignere. I again, as the title of the stream says, I am bad at encryption. So it's possible there is another key-based alpha encryption. Does Cisco have this script, the secret script? Convince everyone that Initiative 138 is worth their time. That's a really long calendar. You know what, I did notice that the last one had a couple calendar entries that had numbers in them, like a 3-digit number in them. I don't know if that's relevant. I do not see a secret script here either. It's kind of hard to read it in this format with it being all mushed up. But I don't see it. So back to the org chart. You're pretty sure the end goal is B64. So it might not be. It might just be that Sean used the B64 alphabet. It doesn't necessarily mean that B64 is any of the steps. Like, depending on what his encryption algorithm is, when you're finished decrypting it, the slashes, pluses, and equals signs could all be missing from the final result. Or they could be separators, like it could be location slash location slash location or something. It's not a guarantee. It is possible though. Like, you're right, it's possible. Anything can be anything. It could be anything right now. Because we just have no idea. We're just total shots in the dark right now. It would be a hell of a red herring. It would, right? It would be. But that's part of, you know, misdirection, right? It is getting quite late for me. Oh, that one opened earlier. That's good. There it is. Sometimes it just gives you a loc. Like, just right out the gate. Okay. I mean, I unfortunately can't use that because I can't crack any of the tier 3 locks. So, nice to meet you. Jorstar, so the way it's set up, it feels like it's just using the B64 chars. It does, yeah. It's a freak rig too. I'm not sure. I mean, that just means like really high tier locks, right? Like high tier, high rarity. Looks like there are different patterns and you have to find the correct pattern per hash. Yeah, I don't know. Is the secret script in here? I don't think it is, because I think we would see the script suffix colored properly in here. I don't think I have to hunt for it that hard. Back to the org chart. that was ray gun, so we'll do Journal of Truth. Jesus, man. It's the next one above Recbox. Rough. Yeah, the Recbox ones are pretty rough on tier 2 as well. Smork, so far there's no code on how to break the encryption. You might find interesting is additional pages on the calendar. Yeah, so that must be what Trilater was talking about. That there are additional pages on the calendar. So what that means is that it's possible that we already had the user that had the secret script on it, and that we just didn't hit the right page on their calendar. So there's pages on the calendar. Let's go back here. Let's go back. Who were we using? We were using, I guess we can just use McFly here. You totally haven't looked around on GitHub? So I'm not sure, like, J, because the item is I. So if I did J, like, I have no idea. There's absolutely no hint here on what the page might be. There's actually no hint here that there would be a page at all. Like, want a hint? Yeah, I'll take a hint on that one. A calendar works with blank. D. Date? Dates? Is it date? Like if I did date 113? D113? Days? Day 2? Day 113? Date was right. Maybe this one doesn't have other pages? Maybe date doesn't have, maybe this one doesn't have other pages. I don't know. Joestar, you found a decryptor, you don't know if it works though. I mean, you could try it. It's not too hard to find this to get to this stage. Maybe it's a different keyword on calendar. Date, day, date, day, week. I don't know. Maybe I need one of the bigger calendars. Like, yeah. Let's finish just Let's just finish with this. Joestar, you would have to install hackmud and such. Oh, you're running on your Arch machine right now. Nutaricon has perform flow, date, and then a number. Yeah, it's probably date. It's just maybe it's not always an option on the calendar based on its size. Like that one was only 12 days. So I've been sitting too long. My friggin' ass is starting to hurt. Ugh. You don't have dual boot enabled. You installed Arch on a separate drive. Oh man. So it's too bad that so much time has passed, because it's quite likely that we could have checked one of the other high tier users. It mentions D1 and D. I mean, we can try D2, D113, D113. Hey, there it is. So if we do D1, D0, and no D, if we do D-1, can we roll backward? Oh shit! Okay. D is an offset from current. So, whoops. It's more. Oh god. Oh, I don't want to keep I in there. Oh my god, there's so many more. Oh man. Oh. There's so many more. Okay, so thank you, Triliter, for that hint, first of all. And then thank you, Smork, for your hint as well. So, oh man, there's so many. I wonder how far back it goes. You only really need to brute force one, maybe. I mean, like, brute forcing one may give you a significant number of locations. Like, it's possible, because when we went to 113, the whole calendar was empty. So it's possible that there's still like a limit to how many there are in here. Like if we do minus 20, let's see if there's even anything there. My god, there is. That's 92. Wow. Yeah, it's possible you get quite a surprising number of encrypted strings out of here. Try minus 100. No. If I do minus like 88, which would be 12. No. So there is a limit, 76. No. So it doesn't go back forever. If I do 50. No. If I do 25. So it seems to like go back like 20-ish. It is, yes, it is still quite a few. So it goes back like about 20-ish, I think. So it's probably plus or minus 20. Minus 20 to plus 99. I mean, we could try 99. No, 99 seems too far. 50. Minus 20 to plus 50 seems to be it, which is a lot, honestly. That's a lot. So you would start at minus 20. But the size of the calendars are different too, right? Like, not all calendars are 4x3. I've seen calendars that are different sizes, I think. So, man, that has definitely expanded the scope of the work that we need to do here as well. So, calendar note, calendar command can take a dx value where x can be maybe between minus 20 and plus 50, and will rotate. Well, I guess we'll it'll kind of page through the calendar. You could just scrape each calendar entry and only dump the unencrypted locks. You might get a couple out of 70 calendar pages. You might, but that seems like a really low return for having to brute force a pin for maybe 3 minutes to get 2 user locations out of it. Because it's not even a whole hard line. And remember, one of those tier 3 locations you may get to, and it'll be a lockjaw asking for a super rare key, and you'll be like, no thank you, I'm not feeding you that, right? So it might be a total waste of time. I think it just makes more sense to actually try to break this encryption. I mean, if you wanted to get this far and then just be like, okay, I'm gonna go work on my locks now for a bit, you could, right? But I mean, we can also work on the locks with beta locks, and we don't need a real location to do that either at this point. It does give you options though, because I still have been thinking about shuffler, and it still drives me nuts. I have no idea what those fucking numbers mean. One of them is a masked number, and the other one is an unmasked positive or negative number. I have no fucking idea what it means. So I'm wondering if every user has a secret script or not. Initiative 312. I wonder if those numbers have anything to do with it. What was plus 50? Was that date 312? No. What if I do 150? Oh, the calendar is blank now. So apparently you can't go past the end of the year. That makes sense. The calendar only goes up to 228 days. That's not a full year. You notice I rolled back to 2060. The calendar stops on day 228 of 2061. I wonder if that is significant. Yeah, look at that. We can roll back 2057. 2046. The dates aren't listed anymore, but we can roll back 2018. That's funny. You can roll back all the way back to 2018. So that's interesting to me that the calendar doesn't go forward further than that. I wonder if that's significant in lore. So we did Y8J. I think I'll have to write this out. Like, I think I'll have to code this out because it's going to take way too long to go through all of these calendar entries with pages now. And also look for a secret script, because I could do 50 pages of this and still not find the secret script because this user doesn't have one. I want to go to bed. I have work in the morning. So I'm going to do this last one. I don't think it is. No. But that's good to know. So there is more per user than we originally thought. We don't know where the secret script is yet. We don't know if there's one per user. We don't know really much of anything about the encryption algorithm. We know that the end result, the encrypted string, is always, its length is always a multiple of 4. We know that the strings and the keys use the B64 alphabet. So we've figured out a few things, actually. Like, it's not like we're totally stupid. Like, this is the B64 RFC alphabet. And I'm going to put a link to it here. If you roll the date far back enough, it starts to use scientific notation. So probably just a number. That's pretty funny. I wonder if it's stopping on that specific date in the year 2061 is special for the lore, or if it is just like it hit some upper boundary, like a 32-bit number or something of whatever it's using under the hood. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Do you think the key could be the user's private key with the calendar entry key appended to it? So each key starts with the same section, but ends with another section that is unique to that calendar entry. We could only figure that out if we had access to secret script, because I don't know for core.private what the secret script is. Should probably write that idea down anyway. Here. So this might not be significant. itself, but there are patterns that emerge in the data, in the rotated data, after applying the Wegener decryption. Wondering if the actual key for the calendar may be the user's private key plus the key of the calendar entry. It's just an ideas. Okay. I think you definitely got to call it a night because I'm starting to run out of brain juice. All right. That's not too bad. And maybe some of the stuff we've done here, some of you all in chat can carry the torch from there and maybe find your own breakthrough or figure out another missing part of the puzzle. So hopefully this has been helpful. I know we didn't crack anything yet either, but I'm just hoping, like, as a group that we can kind of figure this out, because we've all, I think, like, most of us are stuck on this part. And also, I don't really know anything about encryption, so this has been an opportunity to learn a little bit about encryption as well, which it's pretty interesting. I'm just bad at it, but it's okay to be bad at something that you've never done before. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you, all of you, for all of your help and your brainstorming ideas and your various hints and things like that. I really appreciate the assist and the encouragement and the teamwork. The calendar pages helps Flux, much easier to gather larger amounts of data. Yeah, I agree. So I have to make several adjustments to my scraping script. One is to rotate through users, but I think at first rotating through pages would be better, just to get just a slightly more data without having to brute force another pin. All right. So yeah, so that's it for tonight. I'm not sure. I'll be back on Saturday for sure. I'll be back on Saturday. We'll do more hackmud. I may do some streaming tomorrow that will not be hackmud related. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks again for coming and hanging out and showing your support and just being cool people, and just continue to be good to each other. And I hope to see you all again very soon. Maybe on Saturday morning. We'll do some very sleepy decryption. Like, that's going to be a good combination. All right. Be good, everyone. I'll see you soon. Okay. Take care.